know, a lot of you guys been asking, what did I think of Kuwait? Man.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Let's start this video with the news that many of us have been waiting for. Samson announces who is going to be his next coach for this upcoming Mr. Olympia, along with his confirmation that he is going to be joining the O2 Gym's Kuwait team. So Samson will be staying in Kuwait for the foreseeable future, at least up until this year's Mr. Olympia, training with those guys, and he feels like this is going to be a good move for him. So that was pretty much expected at this point. But we were all waiting for the official confirmation by Samson himself.
Yes, I will be going back there for prep. I will be going back there to actually get this done. And yes, I will be joining Oxygen team. So yeah, for all those people that have asked for such a long time, I am doing that. And you know what? We're going to do this. And I believe them guys definitely have what it takes to push me to the limit.
Now for his new coach. Well, Samson has decided to move forward with his wife as his coach. So this too was expected because they did such a splendid job at the Arnold Classic UK. So all the fans, as well as the judges, saw that physique as his best ever throughout his pro career. So this is the latest from Samson's camp.
My coach is still going to be the lady over there. She is still going to be coaching me. Yes, because I want it clear right now and settle it out. Like I said, when I know you know.
And I really hope that this new combination works well for Samson. But this is certainly going to raise some questions. That how much those guys in Kuwait will influence Samson's wife as his coach. As one of the greatest of all time, Phil Heath once said that Big Ramy could have been more dangerous when he was chasing Phil Heath if he did not listen to so many people out there. Well, one thing is certain. The Oxygen Gym is going to become the Mecca of bodybuilding in the Middle East, with Brandon Curry, Samson and Rubil Mosquera training there for the foreseeable future. This off-season physique update of Keone Pearson is just gonna blow your minds. When you look at that front double biceps, you see why Keone stated that ultimately he wants to get compared to the reigning Mr. Olympia champion Derek Lunsford, and possibly as soon as the Arnold 2025. So these two physiques are so similar in terms of how they're put up together. And I have got to say, you have got to agree with Keone's coach here, that his front double bicep is easily one of the best in the pro league right now, and not just in the 212 class. And why I think beating Keone Pearson this year is going to be extremely hard is because of the swallowing 3 shots of Keone. They are so damn impressive. And I have to say he is next to impossible to beat by either Sean Garrida or anybody else out there. And it doesn't matter what all these guys bring. No one is touching Keone in the shape and the aesthetics department. No one can come close to Keone in that front double biceps, the front lat spread, the abs and thigh shot. And this is now a whole different level being created by Keone Pearson and also his coach Patrick Chua for 2024 season. So Keone Pearson is now just entering his prime. And with the kind of structure that he has, that allows him to put on so much muscle, to improve so much. I mean, the margin of improvements for Keone Pearson is so much in comparison to all the other guys in the 212 class. And all this progress is only going to enhance his statics, his V-taper to a greater degree. While on the other hand, his biggest competition in the 212, Sean Garrida, he can only get back to that 2022 version, which we do not know at this point whether that will be enough to beat a guy like Keone Pearson at this point. So it is great to see another men's open bodybuilder in the making in the form of Keone Pearson from the 212, because ultimately that is where he's going to end up. Physique update of another guy who has one of the craziest front double biceps in the men's open right now. So Chris Acito is feeding Goodvito a lot of food, and it seems like Goodvito is getting a lot bigger now. So that goal remains the same, winning his first pro show and get to the Olympia stage this year. And many believe he has the physique to do that. Although Goodvito did not win either the Arnold Brazil or Detroit Pro in the last 2 months, but I have to say he definitely lived up to the hype, especially in terms of what people were expecting from him. He proved a lot of his naysayers wrong. So honestly, many of us were thinking that Vito has only one great shot, and that is the front double biceps. But no one really expected that he can get in that kind of conditioning. I mean, the judges at the All Brazil went on the record saying that he was the most rated guy out of Rafael Brandao and Tonio Burton. And keep in mind, Tonio Burton has one of the best conditioning in the men's open right now. And to top it all off, Chris Acito and Goodvito were able to bring an even better package at Detroit Pro just 1 week after Arnold Brazil. And when it comes to Detroit Pro, If Goodvito would have won that show, I don't think anyone would have complained. It really seemed that close between Goodvito and Martin Fitzwater. But all that being said, Goodvito does need more density, more fullness, more size in the arms and in the chest area, especially from the side. So shutting the season down after Detroit Pro was a very good decision. So Goodvito's chances of getting to the Olympia stage this year, they will depend a lot on one factor: whether any big name shows up in whatever show he decides to do next. But what we have seen from Goodvito in this year, he is a future top 10 Olympian for sure, because the kind of physique that he has at just 26 years old, that is truly impressive. So we got a glimpse of the winning Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford thanks to Evogen Nutrition YouTube channel, just a week before he steps on the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing. And damn, the man looks awesome. So a few weeks ago, Derek basically said that he isn't gonna do something special in terms of the appearance for the Pittsburgh Pro. He is just gonna continue with his own plan. And that is what he needs to do in order to become a 2-time Mr. Olympia champion in October. So just by cleaning up his diet, he made some significant changes in his physique. And that, I have to say, is an ideal position to be in for a guest posing appearance. And this means so much for Derek. It's the same venue that made Derek basically a star of this event about 2 years ago. And that was the start of an idea that Derek might be able to do extremely well in the men's open bodybuilding. And the rest we all know is history. Even Flex Lewis, who was so damn dominant in the 212 class, even he could not do what Derek did after winning just one 212 title. He is the only man in the history of the sport to have won the Olympia in 2 different divisions. So Derek has been working extremely hard during this offseason, and out of all the competitors who are chasing him in 2024, and that includes Hadi Chopin, Samson Dowdall, Nick Walker, and Andrew Jack, Derek is the only one who will have this advantage of training and growing for an entire season uninterrupted and just focus on one show, the Olympia. So all those improvements that he has been able to make since the Olympia last year, they are going to be visible here in the Pittsburgh Pro as well. So now that Regan Grimes is out of the picture for 2024 season, just for the people who missed that news, he made the announcement on his YouTube channel that he is sitting out of this year because he thinks he isn't good enough to make top 6 at the Olympia level just yet. Now, you can disagree with Regan Grimes on him taking another year off, but you cannot disagree with him on his assessment that he isn't going to be top 6 in such a deep lineup like this one. And he plans to add another 20 pounds of solid muscle on that frame. And that is the physique update that we saw from him about 2 weeks back. So this leaves us with John Jewett as well as Stanimal officially committed for this upcoming Vancouver Pro, at least as of right now. So interestingly, both of these guys have transitioned from a smaller class into the men's open division. So this is John's first year in the men's open bodybuilding division, where he went through a full off-season eating like he's supposed to eat, and going beyond 250 pounds mark in a much better condition, I have to say, especially in comparison to his off-season for the 212 class. So what makes John Jewett really special is the kind of conditioning he brings to the stage. His conditioning is second to none, one of the most conditioned guy out there, and he can match anyone in that department. We all saw how well he did at Legion Sports last year, which was his debut in the men's open bodybuilding, and against a guy like Charles Griffin, who we all know is one of the most conditioned guy in the men's open class. So John with the added muscle is gonna be a lot more competitive this year, and the chances of him qualifying for the Olympia are pretty high. So John's main competition at Van Pro, at least as of right now, will be Stanimal, who by the way also has the same strengths as John. He was crazy conditioned in every single show that he did last year. And he actually also came very close to winning his first pro show in the men's open bodybuilding in 2023. So this is him at 10 weeks out of Van Pro, looking all shredded and diced. And it seems like he can be show ready in about 4 weeks time. His transformation in the last 1 year has been amazing. He has put on mass in every single area, while his waistline has remained exactly the same. His chest is looking more fuller, more bigger. His arms are bigger, his legs are bigger, not to mention the width of his back. That has progressed a lot. So even though Stan hasn't tasted a victory in the men's open class, at least as of right now, and I think it would be fair to say that he doesn't have the best genetics for the men's open, but you have to admire the progress that he has been able to make. I'm not even a little surprised on how he is looking right now at 10 weeks out of the show, because the kind of conditioning that he had even in the off-season, that was truly exceptional. So I think this is gonna be a good fight. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.